community as soldiers in his war against society. But Danny DiCarlo testified against the Manson family, and then disappeared into the woodwork. And
oh, really? So he just kind of vanished.
He vanished. He had a $25,000 reward coming. He didn't even collect his reward. He just got out of Dodge, and nobody's seen him for years. And I don't anticipate, he's going to show up soon. But the girls really liked Danny, and his nickname was Donkey Dan.
Okay.
And you know why they called him Donkey?
Well, I can assume probably because he had a funny voice. He had a funny voice. Right?
The girls liked him.
Right.
So he was very popular with all of Manson's girls. And I'm trying to remember who in the hell he.
Well, let me ask you.
The guy that killed, it was a drug burn, and the guy that killed him is still in prison.
Was that like a black guy? A black guy that was running an escort service?
No. This guy was making. He knew how to make mescaline, and he was making it. He sold the Straight Satans were putting on a big 1%er party, and they bought $1,000 worth of drugs. That's a lot of money back in those days. $1,000 worth of drugs would buy you a lot of drugs, and the drugs were no good, and that created a rift. And they went back to get the money. The guy didn't have any money. I think they wound up taking a vehicle from him, and then ultimately, I think Charlie hit the guy in the face with a machete, and Charlie got mad and left. He said, this is your guy's mess. You straighten it out. And what happened was this individual who had sold the drugs to Danny DiCarlo killed this guy. And that was part of that whole Tate LaBianca murders. This was one of the peripheral murders.
What do you know about a group called the Process Church of the Final Judgment that was supposed to be connected to the Manson family?
I don't know. This was back in the 60s?
Yeah, 60s. And there's supposedly when Charlie was an offshoot of this group, and when they were there being held before trial, that the women, members of the Manson family, were sewing in the Process emblems into their blankets there in the jail. And this was a satanic cult.
Right. You know what? I think I remember that, and I think they were carving stuff in their forehead.
Right.
Then they shaved their heads and came to court. I mean, the whole circumstance and the whole trial was, it was a circus. Every day, you didn't know what was going to happen. I think Nixon declared Manson guilty. Do you remember that?
Sure.
And Charlie held up the headline for the jurors to read. I think there were times when they actually gagged him, and because he was just creating such chaos. And he's very, very comfortable. I think he's up in Atascadero. And, he just recently married...
right, he's going to marry that young girl, yeah. See, the reason I...
He married a
he did
25, 26-year-old girl.
Now, he's going to regret that. We all know that. When he gets married, he regrets it. It's a man's world.
He is... I don't think he's lucid. I don't think he's all there. There's a guy that looks just like Charlie Manson, and this guy claims to be his son, running around Southern California here. And it's the next time we talk, I'll have more information. I'm meeting with this guy because I'm researching, thinking about doing a book about the whole connection with Manson and the Manson family to the outlaw bike world. But a friend of mine is doing a documentary on it. I'm thinking about following up. And I was supposed to meet with this guy that claims to be Charlie Manson's son, and maybe we can get a DNA test and find out. I mean, he has an uncanny resemblance to him. It's Ed. It's amazing. I'll have to get you a picture.
I've seen a picture of this guy. You try and get him. I'd like to get him on the show. But see, the reason why I'm asking you about the satanic cult is because I got my hands on a document. It's a police report from the Immigration and Nationalization Service, and it describes how this cult, the satanic cult, and it talks about how John Phillips from the Mamas and the Papas in California was funding this cult, and get this, that this cult had also hosted a sex party at Sharon Tate's home, and Sirhan Sirhan attended that party.
Well, it's a small world, Ed.
I know it is, man. That is the
small world, and nothing ceases to amaze me. And this guy claims to be Charlie's son, and I'm strumming through my emails right now because I've got an investigator, and
trying to locate.
I didn't know we were going to go this far, but it's a very interesting story, and I think that, like I said, this guy has an uncanny. He looks like Charlie.
But you've talked to the guy in person, right? You've located him?
I've located him. My investigators located him. The investigators talked to him. I personally have not talked to him as of yet. And it's funny, we're talking about this. I got an email from the investigator yesterday. I'm going to meet with this guy in the next week or two and see what he's got to say. And, I don't know if Charlie is accepting him, as his son, or if he's in denial. It's
so who's his mother?
Well, I'm looking for my notes right now, and his mother's she hung around the Manson family. I don't think she was an actual family, what they call family member, but it's going to be very interesting to see where this conversation goes.
Yeah, definitely keep us posted on that. But you got to think, though, Charlie must have a bunch of kids running around. The way this guy was having sex all the time, right?
Well, you'd think so.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is this guy has the looks.
Right. Hey, George, I just realized that this show, the break comes early at the half hour, okay? I have another guest coming on at the hour. So what do you want to leave us with before you go? How can people find you if they want to book you for something? Appearances, maybe?
Well, sure. You can get a hold of me on GeorgeChristie.com. I answer all emails. If I don't get you within 24 hours, I'll get you within 48 hours. There's a link to my consulting business on GeorgeChristie.com. It'll take you to Felony Person Consultants. Look for my book coming out, and don't be surprised if you see some more episodes on television. It was very popular. Like I said, it's all over the world, like you stated. It's crazy. I just did an interview in a bunch of Russian newspapers. I'm in the new Russian Maxim, and I'm laughing because I can't read what they're saying. I'm hoping they quoted me properly.
There we are. We got the break coming up now, George.
All right.
Hey, George, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you coming back. As soon as you got something new, just give me a call right away. We'll put you right back on, man.
Okay, I'll stay in touch with you. I'm going to meet with this guy, and it'll be very interesting. I'm trying to. We're on the air right now.
No, we're still on the air. We're still on the air. This is like the phase.
Still on the air?
Yeah. So what you do is...
Well, I'm trying to put a show together, is what I'm trying to do as well. And we wanted to end the show with maybe a DNA test, find out if this guy is Charlie's son. And we're going to cover all the outlaw connection with it.
Great, man. As soon as you know something, hit me up on Facebook, all right?
You got it.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
Welcome to the world's meeting place. American.
It's practically narcotic.
Freedom.
Oh, yes, I like very much.
Radio.
You're an American institution.
American Freedom Radio.
Did you know there are 3 million edible food plants on Earth, and none have the nutritional value of the hemp plant? HempUSA.org offers you hemp protein powder. It does not contain chemicals or THC. Is non...
Okay. I had to cut you off a little bit toward the end there. We're getting close. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, it's going to drink.
Okay, you've only got 24 and a half minutes with this guy. Your interview with that other lady is already built into the feed here. So you're going to hear some music like going to break at about 24 and a half.
Perfect.
It's going to be 60 seconds of music like the end of your show, and you can wrap up and finish up. And then the audio is going to take over, and it's just going to go out to the end of the show. So you can even log off Skype if you want at that point. It'll all be just recorded.
Okay, thank you so much, Danny. Now, is that a hassle for you? Can I do that once in a while, or is that a big deal?
Well,
okay, don't
the
worry.
audio was a little bit overdriven, so I don't know how it'll play, but it's best. You know, there's a way to do clips from your end, too. We'll talk about that later, though. Let me get your other guest up, though, before I forget.
Thank you, bro. Okay. Talk to my little Spreaker friends over here. What do you think, guys? I think I got them stuttering there when I mentioned the Process Church, right? Yeah? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, next guest coming up is Dave Miller, who is involved with that Mexican, what do you call it, missionary. And he has a lot of information about the Burns, Oregon standoff and all that stuff. So we'll get in with Dave in a minute. Then after that, we have Ramona, Africa. But like he said, I'm probably just going to... Oh, you know what? I won't shut off Skype because I want you guys to hear. You know what? Maybe I can tag it on the end myself, my own audio. Get a little break here. I got up early this morning. I did some judging the debates for Victoria and the debate team. You guys in Spreaker can hear me, right? I know the guys over there at Awake and Shazaz can hear. So, coming up next week, we got St. John Hunt. And then we got this guy doing a story about the CIA's involvement. The CIA's involvement in Jamaica. So, a couple of good shows coming up. And then I got to tape a bunch of stuff for the... Yeah, I'm still on the pomegranate juice. I feel great. Let me tell you guys, I'm on all kinds of supplements now. I went to see a doctor. They put me on all kind of stuff. These over-the-counter supplements, and I feel really, really good. So, yeah, I'm feeling really strong. I'll be in good shape with the summer, that's for sure. Drinking up that pomegranate juice. It's good for you.
Hey, Ed, I'm calling this Dave Miller, but the phone rings, then it goes quiet after it answers, and nobody's speaking back to me, so I don't know what's going on. So try and wing it here to start off here, and I'll check your Skype messages. I'll let you know when he's on.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. All right, we're getting ready to come back, so I'm going to turn the queue up.
Okay, thank you.
To American Freedom Radio Today.
No rules, no rules, no taboo topics, no taboo topics, no fear of doom, no fear of doom. We are American Freedom Radio, American Freedom Radio.